Welcome back to the DNX show, and today we're going to be doing our predictions for SMX at St. Louis as well as MXGP of China. All right, so we got St. Louis and China this weekend, and for predictions, Doc, last week in SMX, we only got one moto. So I don't feel like we should count our predictions because it's kind of, unfair to some of ours that we had. And so I will count our GPs, but won't count SMX. So the total going into this week, I currently have 127 correct, while Doc has 107. So he's down 20.
Yeah, but there's still time, brother. There's still time.
Time is running out, dude. You only got 2 more rounds. Yeah,
we're gonna go perfect.
Dude, if you go perfect, I'll give you an extra 10, dude. That would be insane if someone actually goes perfect. We've not even come close for that. But yeah, well, with all that being said, let's jump into some predictions. And Doc, what is your bold prediction for the 250 class?
Oh, 250. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one because there's a certain fan group that doesn't like when you come against their star. I have Deegan doesn't win a moto. Ooh. I know that's insane coming off of the one moto where he bodied everybody, but it's supercross, okay? There's nothing outdoorsy about this track, at least from the track map that we can see. I think Joe's on a roll. I think Cole, if he didn't crash, also on a roll. I think Seth Hamaker's up there. I think is saying it's just soupy. Deegan's not the best. I understand he won the championship, but if there's a weak point in Deegan, it's supercross.
You're gonna have every single person in the comment section roasting you.
Oh, I know. There's people so mad. Yeah. Listen, I'm not saying he's bad at supercross, but I'm saying if there was a little tiny chink in the armor right now, it would be soupy. That's crazy. I know he won the championship. I know you guys love Deegan. So do I. I think he's sick, very fast, incredibly fun to watch. He's not going to win a moto.
That's crazy work, bro. I feel bad. I feel bad for our comment section. Guys, just know that it wasn't me this time, okay? But
I'm just the king of engagement farm.
Hey, they were roasting me a couple of days ago about the Joe take, all right? I still believe that. I still believe Joe wins that. Don't come at me. But for my 250 bold prediction, I actually have a contender struggling. Now, at first, I was kind of wary about this, and then I heard yours, and I was like, maybe I'm on to something here. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to say that it's going to be Deegan or Joe, but it could be one of those two. All right? I guess we'll have to find out in our podium in the future. So just stay tuned for that. All right? Just stay tuned for the podium. It's going to be at the end.
Joe's got a chip on his shoulder, bro. I'm telling you. He's going to come out ripping. I'm with you. Joe would have won Moto 1 if he didn't crash, which I know, ifs, ands, ifs, buts, all this stuff. But that doesn't change anything about Joe going into round 2. I think he's going to be dominant. Really do.
Yeah.
I've been saying it.
Just wait for the podium, guys. Just wait for the podium. You'll love it. All right. So what about your 450 bold prediction?
This might be more bold. I have Tomac wins a moto. Listen, again, same thing as Deegs. I know, well, he didn't win the championship, but if there was a little chink in Jet's armor, it's supercross. And not that he's bad at supercross, but it's a lot more difficult for him to get buried and catch everyone if Chase and Tomac and Kenny get a start. He's not going to work through everyone like he does in outdoors. Is Jet still going to win? Yeah, probably. But I think Tomac rips the start. Tomac is supercross dog. I don't know, man. I think it's possible.
I will say, going back to this past supercross, going back to even when Jet won the supercross championship 2 years ago, last year, right? Like, he does have a lot of mistakes in supercross, like just tiny ones. And it is difficult to go through a field in supercross, man. And with St. Louis being basically a supercross with a couple sand sections, it might be tough if he doesn't get a start. Now, if he pulls whole shot, he's top 3, he's winning. He's winning. Let's be real. He's winning. But I like that. For my bold prediction, I have a last lap pass for the win. All right. Now, I'm thinking it's going to be between Eli Tomac and Jet Lawrence. All right. Now, I'm kind of in my brain, I'm thinking San Diego, because that battle between those two was insane. And that's kind of what I'm thinking here. All right. Now, one of the motos is going to be a last lap pass, maybe for the overall. Never know. It would be nuts. Double points too. That could be huge, right? Okay, so now going into the next one, we got top quali. And who do you have top qualifying for the 450 class?
I think this one's pretty easy. It's Supercross. It's Chase Sexton, for sure.
I 100% agree with you.
It's a Supercross track. Chase is the fastest Supercross rider, period.
I mean, he was even fastest qualifier at Charlotte. So, I mean, he was on rails. And I'll go down and say it. He could have won the overall in that second moto. I'm going down and say it. I mean,
maybe.
He was catching Jet a little bit.
Jet was managing.
All right, we don't have to. Okay, Chase could have won that, all right? But for 250s, who do you have?
I think it's going to be Joe. I think Joe's going to go on a run here. I really do. I think Joe, I've been saying it for weeks now. I think this SMX is in Joe's hands. I think he gets it done, and I think it starts at round 2. I told you Joe wasn't going to win round 1, and I think it starts here, and then there's a battle at round 3.
Has Joe ever got fastest qualifier?
Nope.
He was like 8th at Charlotte too. It was pretty bad.
Not a chance he gets top qual, brother, but we're turning it around today. You know what I mean?
You know who a guy who hasn't got top qual in a minute? That's Levi Kitchen, and that's who I have. All right. I think Levi comes out. It's Supercross. We all know Kitchen's very good at Supercross, right? Go back and watch some of those races before he crashed out at Daytona. He was flying, okay? He's going to come out swinging at St. Louis, put down a burner, and be over like half a second faster than everybody. Okay, that's cap. He will just be top time, all right? But that's Levi Kitchen.
He was ripping at Charlotte, TBH. To be honest, I don't know why I said TBH. I'm sorry. I watched too much TikTok today.
He did get third, technically, and then lost it to Joe because of the red flag or the cross flag situation. So
True. He was ripping too.
All right, so up next, we got our head-to-head matchups, and this is brought to you guys by Next Bets, where you guys can actually play all these head-to-heads. All you guys have to do is go to the link in the description below at nextbets.com/playdnx to play. And for this week in the 250 class, we have Cole Davies versus Levi Kitchen. Now, I don't think I've ever actually put that as a head-to-head matchup here. And this is very interesting because go back to Charlotte just for an instance. Cole got a pretty good start. And if he doesn't go down, he most likely gets top 3, I think, possibly.
Yeah, he beats Levi for sure.
Right? And what is Cole very good at?
Getting starts and managing.
I was going to say Supercross. And what is this track?
That too.
It's a Supercross track. So I think Cole Davies gets it done.
Yeah, I think Levi was probably faster at Charlotte, just coming through the pack. But Cole had so much more track position on him by the time that he crashed that I don't know that Levi would have caught him. Now, we know what I'm going to say. Okay. I'm going Cole. Okay. Glaze or not, listen, it's Supercross. It's Cole. Cole's going 3 in a row if he didn't get landed on by Jordan Smith. That's all I'm saying.
That's crazy. Dude, I can't believe that was this season. It seems so long ago. Okay. I agree. Cole Davies is, this might be bold. This is going to be the boldest statement I have made on this show.
Oh, wow.
He's the best 250 Supercross rider in the class. Don't come at me. Okay, for head-to-head matchups for our 450s, we got Ken Roxon versus RJ Hampshire. A little 5-6 battle, in my opinion.
This is a good one too.
Yeah, like RJ got the best of him at Charlotte, but I feel like that's because Charlotte was more moto. All right, and you guys know RJ's really good at moto. Kenny's like, why does he even race moto? He doesn't race moto. Exactly. So, but what is St. Louis? It's Supercross, baby, and I got Ken Roczen coming out on top in this head-to-head matchup. I think he's going to go out there, get a start, might even lead for a little bit with the whole shot in one of the motos, and he's going to beat RJ because what's RJ really bad at?
Starts.
So Ken Roczen gets it done.
Yeah, I mean, I think RJ doesn't have the pace as Kenny, but he's got like a better pace from lap 1 to checkered flag. You know what I mean? Like an overall pace. Kenny's faster, way more explosive in the beginning, gets better starts. I think this is a really good one. I also am going to go Kenny because it's Supercross. I could see it going either way, though. Like, no disrespect to RJ whatsoever, but he's riding incredible. I just think Supercross, we haven't seen a ton of RJ in Supercross on the 450. Hopefully there's no tough blocks for him to land on because that would be bad. But yeah, I'm going to go Kenny.
Yeah, this would be our first real test, I think, depending on how the dirt is. Because St. Louis can be super ruddy, but that's usually in the beginning of the year. Late in this year, like how is that dirt going to be, right? It probably would be the same, but maybe it's more a little bit hard packed, right? And with us unsure how RJ is going to do in Soupy, this would be a great test for him, and I think he's going to do really good, but Kenny comes out on top. All right, so going into our placements now. For this week, we're doing 5th place. We're going to stay in the 450 class, and this one's very, very hard because, as we just mentioned, it could be like a Ken Roczen, an RJ Hampshire. Shoot, it could even be like a Justin Barcia, in my opinion. It could even be like a Hunter, right? If Kenny gets a good start, right? And with that being said, I'm going to go with the guy we just talked about, and that is Ken Roczen. I think the top 4 from last week is most likely going to be the same top 4 for this week, and Ken Roczen is going to be on the outside looking in. And I just thought about someone that's super good at Supercross that I probably should put here, and that's Cooper Webb, but I got Ken Roczen beating him. So Kenny for 5th.
Because it's Soupy, I think Roxon's popping off to a certain extent, and I don't think Hunter's going to pop off. I think Hunter's going to have a bad weekend. I think Hunter's going to end up 5th, which is crazy. I know.
Hunter only lost by 1 point last year.
I had Hunter winning last weekend too. And he got 4th. I don't know. He doesn't look great. Although I don't think he ever does. And then all of a sudden he'll just win or, get on the podium again. So
even in Soupy, he wasn't that spectacular. Right. And now that could be bike setup in the past and they've already figured it out. But those first 4 races, he wasn't spectacular in Supercross. You know what I mean?
Chat, the thing to remember is just like you, we also know nothing. Okay. We are also guessing just like you. So when you think we're idiots, just remember that if it went my way, if the shoe fits, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so for the 250 class, I have a guy that you're not even thinking of right now. All right?
You don't know that, bro. I'm thinking of all kinds of dudes.
Pause. Well, are you thinking about Nate Thrasher for 5th place? Because
absolutely not.
Bro, he's coming out swinging. It's Supercross. You guys know how good Nate Thrasher is, and he's getting 5th place. It's going to be a great ride for him.
Buddy, he's winning or getting 19th?
No, he's getting 5th.
There's no between.
No, yes,
maybe he'll go 119 for 5th overall.
It could happen. It could happen.
So that's an interesting pick. Good pick. I mean, I definitely could see it. Nate's crazy good at Soupy.
Also, another guy I can see kind of too is maybe a Max Anstie in this.
Yo, he really didn't do very good at Charlotte.
I'm going to blame that on the LCQ blocks where the inside gates are the most important. Everything else kind of sucks.
Sure.
So
that's fair. That's fair. That start was whack for if you didn't have the far left or right gate or whatever is whack. Okay. I'm going to go, he backs it up, bro. Austin Faulkner.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm saying, I think he's gonna back it up. This is really wishful thinking. I want Faulkner to do well so bad after having such a terrible start to the season. To end up like P5 in SMX would be so sick, so gas.
Yeah, that would be so freaking sick. And I love that pick. I think he could do it. If he gets a good start, dude, everybody knows how good he is, right? And we just saw, I think that confidence is going to go through the roof after what we just saw. And a 5th place would be freaking spectacular. Imagine he gets a podium. That'd be freaking insane, I'd love that. Dude. Yeah, that's I really like that pick. Okay, but now going into our podiums, let's stay in the 250 class. And for my podium, you guys are not going to like me if you're Joe fans, all right? Like I said, contender struggles. And unfortunately, I picked Joe for this one. I don't know why I did that because I like Joe. But anyways, for third place,
hater.
I got Levi Kitchen in third. For second place, I got Haiden Deegan. For first place, I got Cole Davies. And I think contender struggles, a.k.a. Joe. Deegan gets second. Like first place, Cole Davies still far back in the points. It's double points, whatever. Deegan still has a 10, a 12-point gap going into the third round. And anything can happen in the third round. But for this second round, I got Cole winning, Deegan, and Levi.
I love that. I love that. I also have Cole on my podium. But as I said, Deegan's not going to win a moto. So I have Deegs in third, which is crazy. Which is like really far down there, you know, for Deegs. He's not looking ideal.
A podium's still pretty good. A podium's still
I mean, sure. Yeah, I don't know. After what I watched at Charlotte, reading this back, I'm an idiot, but it is what it is. Deegs third. I have Cole second. Nice bounce back from last week. I got Joe winning.
Dude, I think that would put Joe in the points lead if that happens.
I'm telling you, bro. St. Louis is where it all flips. Joe's going to get the points lead. He's going to go into round 3. He's going to get the redemption from breaking his freaking finger in supercross.
That'd be sick
He's
to
gonna
watch.
Win it all.
That'd be sick to watch. Yeah, dude, I don't know if that's going to happen. Okay, but anyways, for our 450 class, for my podium, it's kind of generic here. It's literally the same thing that happened last week. I got Eli Tomac in third, Chase Sexton in second, and Jet Lawrence in first. You guys know, I'm a Sexton guy. Who's beating Jet? I don't know. Anytime Jet's been healthy in a series, he hasn't lost. I don't know. So I got Jet.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to beat Jet. I'm not going to lie. But Tomac, he's going to beat him. I already said that in one moto. So what we're going to do, we're going to have Chase Sexton P3. This could easily flip around, like literally 180, this whole thing. But we're going to go Sexton P3. Jet Lawrence, because I'm a wishful thinker, P2. And then because I'm a wishful thinker, Eli Tomac, P1, baby.
Dude, if that happens, that'd be so sick.
Imagine we get Tomac wins and Cole wins. Oh my gosh.
What did I say? What did I say at the beginning? My bold prediction. Last lap pass for the win. Could you imagine a Tomac stuffed Jet in a bull turn? That's not going to happen. But like, could you imagine? It would be sick.
I'd be so happy. You get a Tomac win and a Cole win. Oh, baby. That would go on vacation 2 days later. Oh, it's a good day. This is a good weekend.
Let's talk about some MXGP of China. And this one's coming down to the wire. We have a 12-point gap in the MX2. We have a 26-point gap in the MXGP class. And let's do a little bold predictions here. And my bold prediction is actually for both classes. Okay. It's the same one. I have the points are cut in half for both classes. Okay. Going into Australia, Kai will be down 6 points. Then going into, or for Lucas, it would be 13 points, which is kind of still feasible to a degree. And Kai goes out and, wins both motos in Australia. He could be the champ. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, bold prediction. I know, I kind of get it. But I think the momentum's on Kai's side right now. And I think the momentum kind of slowly is on Lucas's side a little bit. So should be interesting.
I don't have the same bold prediction because I'm fun and I don't like to make things the same for both. But we've both been sleeping on this guy, okay? And that's the old man Jeffrey, okay? We didn't even have him on our podium last week, but he went out and got it done. So I'm saying back to back for Jeff, okay? You said it was a little sandy. He's got a little momentum. I like the guy. Not that that matters, but he's going back to back. And then this one might be really bold, but I think Kai leaves China with the red plate.
That's crazy. Someone actually mentioned to me that they think that as well. And I'm like, bro, that's bold. 12 points? That's crazy.
Amen.
That's the thing I love about MX2, though. Like, even towards the end of the series, anybody can go out and win. Like, anybody. Adamo, Langenfelder, McLellan, Kai, Sasha. That's 5 guys right there off the top. Perez did amazing at Turkey. So, like, that's 6 right there off the top. And anybody can win. And so I can see that kind of happening. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Okay, for podium, though, let's stay in the 250 class because you just did your 250 bold prediction here. For my podium, I am going with McLellan in third. He needs a redemption, okay? He's not going to be crashing this weekend. Not at least if Langenfelder's there, okay? He's not happening, all right? For second place, I got Adamo. He was horrendous. Horrendous at Turkey. He needs a bounce back. First place, I got Kai. And like I said, points cut in half. Kai goes out. Langenfelder maybe gets fourth. I think that's the math. I honestly don't know. But that's my podium.
I have a very similar podium. Actually, same guys. A little bit different order. I have a bounce back, but not quite as good of a bounce back for Adamo in P3. I have an even better bounce back for McLellan in P2. And of course, if we're getting the red plate, Kai's winning. Okay, Kai, win.
That would be freaking sick.
We accidentally just turned into like major Langenfelder haters. Should let you know that. I'm not a hater, but this channel kind of is just like a Kai Glaze thing.
Yeah, a little bit. Langenfelder, we like you.
No worries, Langenfelder. You know what I mean? We're good.
Yeah, we hope you do good. We really do. We want great racing.
Just don't get hurt.
Yeah, just don't get hurt. For a 450 class, the MXGP class, my podium is Geyser, Lucas, and Hurlings. I agree with you back to back. And points cut in half for Lucas, getting second place. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I still think it can happen, especially with the qualifying race. Maybe Febvre has a problem. You know, I just realized we're also Febvre haters.
I'm not this week. I'm not a Febvre hater.
Definitely I am. RIP. But anyways, that's my podium right there.
I'm not a hater. However, I do think Febvre's going to be in championship mode. Okay. So I have him P3, and then I have Lucas P2, and I have Hurlings winning. I don't think Febvre he doesn't need to go out and prove anything. He doesn't need to go out and win. He can just cruiser in solid races, nothing crazy, and he's going to get a chip. And I think that's what he's going to do moving forward. You heard it here first, brothers.
I agree. I kind of agree with that. And I mentioned that even last week too. Like, he'll just be like in championship mode. And I think he just needs to be behind Lucas. Like, and he won't lose too many points, right? So any moto, he just needs to be behind Lucas. If anything, be ahead of him if he can. But obviously, he doesn't want to get taken out like he could have, right? But yeah, so it should be interesting. All right, so yeah, those are our predictions for MXGP and SMX of St. Louis. Let us know who you guys have winning and your bold predictions in the comment section below. Make sure you guys hit that like and sub button, and we'll catch you guys back here for some reactions. So much love, guys. Stay safe, and we're out. Peace.